Good morning, dear students. We have discussed the simple permanent tissues, and among the complex permanent tissues, we have already discussed the xylem. As per instructions given, I have requested you all to draw the diagrams for the xylem vessels. Please label the diagrams properly, or else you would lose marks in your exams. Now, today we will discuss about the phloem. All of you are aware that phloem are the tissues that help in conducting food from the leaves to the various parts of the plant. So, food that is prepared in the leaves is taken to various parts of the plant with the help of the phloem. Now, let us discuss how and what the phloem. This picture shows how these xylem and the phloem vessel look. If you see over here, these are the xylem vessels which have got stained red in color, whereas these are the phloem vessels which have got stained blue in color. So xylem and phloem are closely associated and they help in conduction of food and water. Phloem is a complex permanent tissue which takes part in conduction of organic food inside the plant. Phloem is called the living conducting tissue as it transports channels are made of living cells. It is also called bast. Phloem is made of 4 types of elements: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Let us discuss each of them in details. They are elongated, tubular, living conducting channels of phloem. A sieve tube is formed of a large number of thin-walled sieve cells, placed end to end in linear row. The transverse end walls between adjacent sieve tubes are perforated. They are called sieve plates. Sieve plates are slightly bulged out. Sieve tube have vacuolated cytoplasm. Nucleus degenerates. Cytoplasmic strands are continuous between adjacent sieve tube cells through the pores of the plates. I'll show you the structure. This blue colored cell is a sieve tube cell. You see, there's a sieve plate over here which is perforated, through which food can be conducted. There is no nucleus present in the sieve tubes. Please remember this. The cell which does not have nucleus, if you recall, we have discussed, it is the sieve tube cell. The sieve plates are perforated. They are slightly bulging also. You see, this is so thick. This part is so thick. And these pores, they help in passage of food through it. Adjacent to the sieve plate, this pink color cell is a companion cell. We'll discuss about it in some time. Now we will discuss about the companion cells. They are thin-walled cells which lie on the side of the sieve tube. In the previous picture I showed you all. The companion cells are connected to the sieve tube through compound plasmodesmata. Now this is a connection between the two cells. You don't have to know much about it, but do remember companion cells are associated with the sieve tube cells. The nucleus of the companion cell controls the sieve tube because sieve tube does not have its own. It loses its own nucleus. Therefore, the companion cell's nucleus helps the sieve cell's nucleus, and they have a prominent cytoplasm as well as dense cytoplasm and nucleus. They maintain proper pressure gradient in the sieve tube cell for conduction of food. So it is the companion cell which gives all type of support, the cytoplasmic, the nucleic support to the sieve tube cell. So they are associated with the sieve tube cells. You will find them always present along with the sieve tube cell. Even in this picture given below, if you see, the sieve tube and the companion cell, they are all adjacent to each other. Next is the phloem parenchyma. The phloem parenchyma is the cells of phloem parenchyma are thin walled and living. They have two functions: storage and slow lateral conduction of food. Like the xylem parenchyma showed lateral conduction of food, that means conduction of food in this direction, this way. Here the food is going up and down through the sieve tube like this, but in case of phloem parenchyma and xylem parenchyma, they help in lateral conduction of the food. Lastly, talking of the phloem fibers, they are also known as bast fibers. They are the non-living component of phloem, made up of dead cells, and they are source of again commercial fibers like jute, hemp, flax. So you'll find these fibers, they are very strong fibers, and they help in providing mechanical strength to the tissues. Now I'll give you a diagram showing the arrangement of the cells in phloem, and I want all of you to draw this diagram so that it will be of help to all of you. Please draw this diagram in your notebooks. This diagram shows this is a sieve tube cell, this is a sieve tube cell, this is a sieve plate showing perforations. This is also a sieve tube cell, this is also a sieve tube cell, again a sieve tube plate showing perforation. In between them is the companion cell which assists both the sieve tube cells because they lack nucleus. Around this is the phloem fiber. You see, this is a long fiber, and then also the phloem parenchyma. Here is another diagram, but the phloem fibers are missing over here, so you can draw it. Now let us discuss the functions of the phloem fibers. Phloem transports organic food throughout the plant. Conduction occurs in both directions. This is important. In phloem, conduction of food occurs in both directions, upward as well as downward. Phloem fibers of some plants are source of commercial fibers like jute, hemp and flax. Now let us discuss the differences between the xylem and the phloem tissues. Here is a list. If we talk of conduction, xylem conducts only water and minerals, whereas phloem conducts organic solutes and food materials. Xylem conducts water and minerals only in one direction, that is from the roots to the stem. Whereas phloem, if you see, they conduct the food in both directions. They can take food from storage organs in root or maybe some lower part of the plant to the growing stem. They can also conduct food from the green parts, that is where the food is synthesized, to the storage organ. So in both directions they can take the food. Third is the components. If you observe the components, in xylem we have tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, whereas in case of phloem we have sieve tube cells which do not have a nucleus, then the companion cells, and phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers are there. Now conducting channels are the tracheids and the vessels in case of your xylem, whereas it is the sieve tubes in case of phloem. Now xylem, tracheids and vessels and xylem fibers are the dead elements, and it is only the xylem parenchyma which is the living element, while in case of phloem it is only the phloem fiber which is a dead element, the rest sieve tube, companion cell and phloem parenchyma, all of them are living. Xylem provides mechanical strength to the plant, whereas phloem does not show any mechanical function. But then, yes, it does have fibers which show a little bit of mechanical support, but not as that of xylem.